So we're finding out that the new price of the Nissan Z just came out. And so I figured it would make sense for me to compare it to the Toyota Supra, mainly because these two cars are more or less direct competitors as far as a lot of their general specs, and of course the fact that they're both Japanese sports cars. So if you guys are new here, definitely like the video so it can take me up the algorithm. You can see my new videos that come out weekly. Definitely subscribe, leave a comment, and without further ado, let's start up the video. So I'm really not going to touch too much on all the very specific specs of all these different models of the Toyota Supra and the Nissan Z, mainly because I have done this in previous videos. Again, if you want to catch up, feel free to check out the top right corner where you can find some of the previous videos I've made about this topic. So as far as the Nissan Z goes, you have three different models of this vehicle. You have the base model, the performance model, and the proto spec model. So I mean, for the most part, they're pretty self-explanatory. The base model is indeed the base model. The performance model, again, the performance model, so it has more specs, it has better options when it comes to certain features, for example, the tires, and the interior screen, for example, is bigger in the performance model. And then of course you have the proto spec model, which is the top tier, where they're actually only going to be making 250 of these vehicles, 240 actually, of these vehicles. So it's essentially the top tier of the top tier vehicles, and it's likely these vehicles are going to be very hard to come by. And so as far as the three models I'll be comparing them to, on the Supra end, we're talking about the Supra 3.0, which is their, I guess technically it's a model above their base model, which is the 2.0. However, with the 3.0, it has a lot of similar features to the base model of the Nissan Z. So we're going to be comparing those two. And then of course, one step up from the 3.0 is the premium model. And then up from there, you have the A91 MT model. Again, that's also their version of their exclusive model that's only going to have a very limited number of vehicles. So as far as the prices of these vehicles, starting with the base model of the Nissan Z, which is to be compared to the Supra 3.0, for the Nissan Z, we're looking at a price of $41,000 compared to the Supra, which is going to be around $53,000. So starting off, where you can see that the Supra is going to be $12,000 more expensive. Moving on to the performance model. In the performance model, as I did mention earlier, you're going to be getting better brakes, bigger tires, heated seats, and of course a few other options as far as a bigger screen in the center console. In the performance models, you're going to be paying $51,000, and if you compare the Nissan Z performance model to the Supra premium model, you're going to be paying $57,000. So again, there's going to be an increase of $6,000 if you were to pay for the Supra, and you'd be saving $6,000 if you were to pay for the Nissan Z. And of course, last but not least, if we're talking about the top tier models for both of these vehicles, we're looking at $54,000 for the proto spec of the Nissan Z, while for the Supra A91 MT, the price for that is $65,000. So in this case, you have just as big a gap as in the base models, because you'll be paying $11,000 more if you were to get the Supra over the Nissan Z. So you can see that at the end of looking at these results, that for the prices at least, you're getting a much better deal if you were to be getting the Nissan Zs. Now as far as the specs, for the most part, the specs for the Nissan Z compared to the Supra actually outranks the Supra in a lot of different areas. And again, I did already make a video, so it wouldn't make sense for me to make another one. So if you do want to check out the specs in comparison of these two vehicles, again, feel free to check out the top right corner. But that's that for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.